I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and I coach people and organizations to help them be more effective. That could be successful in a job search, successful with hiring people, having a better work environment for themselves and for their organization, a whole host of different things. And this video is about final interview mistakes and about having the wrong focus on the interview. Now, by the time you get to a final interview, an organization has already determined that you have the right skill sets to perform the job, the right experience to perform the job. And there's probably competition for you, you and maybe one or two other people. So I want to remind you about what the focus is for this interview. Number one is being congruent with what you've said on previous meetings. One of the easiest ways to cause yourself to be rejected is to say something that's inconsistent with what you've said before. The second one is a little bit more complicated, and I want to share two stories with you that will help you understand why this is so important. One person I was coaching was up for a job as chief of staff to the head of an organization. And he had been on interviews for months. And he was finally brought back to meet with this chief executive for a role as their chief of staff. And he was prepared with slides and a whole presentation for why he was the most relevant person. He was the best person to work with them. And, as I listened to him, I said, keep the slides. Focus on the relationship. Focus on the fact that the two of you are going to work closely with one another, and they need to trust you. Story number one. Story number two is someone I coached who is a technology professional, and he was someone who prepared tremendously for interviews. As a matter of fact, at the time that we first started working with one another, he told me about a story where he walked in, had spent 10 hours preparing for this final meeting, done a presentation, did a great job. They told him he did a great job, and yet he still wasn't hired. They said, we've never seen someone as well prepared as you. Yet they didn't hire him. In both stories, the consistent theme is by the time you get to the final round, there's more that they're looking for than just simply skills. There's more than what they're looking for in your knowledge. What they were really looking for is that they can trust you as a person. And thus, the focus also has to be on the relationship between you and the people that you meet at this final interview. How you ooze sincerity, how you really express yourself as a leader, as a manager, as a staff individual that allows them to feel the fact that they can trust you is pivotal here. So if you focus on the data, as the second individual was, no matter how well prepared, it's rarely enough because there's always someone as competent as you. What differentiates one person from another is rarely the competence, but more often than not, it's the fact that one person engenders trust and inspires confidence that they can be the solution to a problem and at the same time fit into the organization. They have a likability quality. So don't forget about congruence. Don't forget about the relationship between you and the people that you interview with, because if you do, you are probably going to be doomed to failure here. So I hope you found this helpful. I'm Jeff Altman. If you're interested in my coaching you, connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Mention as you saw the video because I like knowing I'm helping some folks. Once we're connected, message that you're interested in coaching. We'll set up time for a free discovery call. Also want to mention that I've got thousands of blog posts available at my website, thebiggamehunter.us. You can watch them, listen to them, read them. There's a lot there. Go over the site, go exploring. A few final things. And I'll just simply say that if you want to connect with me just for the purpose of connecting with me on LinkedIn, that's okay too. Again, it's linkedin.com/IN/the big game hunter. I also have classes on Skillshare that are very good around a couple of different topics. Take my classes there. Be happy to help you in that manner too. Also, if you have questions for me, contact me through either the Magnify app, which is iOS only, or through prestoexperts.com, which would be a phone call. Be very happy to answer your questions. Have a great day. Take care.